Hey guys, welcome back. So the question that you're all probably wondering, especially as the Pulsex launch is almost here, you're probably wondering, should you sell all of your Plsx tokens at launch? And it's a reasonable question to ask, especially considering what typically happens when any token is launched onto the market. And I could have shown you an array of different coins for this example. In fact, the most recent one would have been ARB. As you guys know, this coin launched at $11 is now at $1, and is actually a reputable project as well. So the same thing is likely to happen to Pulsex. So you want to know, should you sell or should you just hold on? And I'm going to tackle all of this in this video. But before I do that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, click the bell notification icon so you can stay up to date with all my recent videos. Remember, guys, nothing that you see in this video is financial advice. So always make sure to do your own independent research. With that being said, pause the video, click the link in my description, and join the Telegram group so you can stay up to date with all my recent updates, news updates, technical updates, and much more. So let's get straight into it. Now, I could have shown you any chart as mentioned, but it makes sense to show you a hex chart, especially as with most of my Pulsex and Pulsechain videos, I'm showing you the hex chart as this is a Richard Heart project. So it makes sense to just show you a project that he's already done and what's actually happened with the project when it launched. Now, likewise, when Pulsex launched, again, we saw a major sell-off. In fact, this sell-off was over 96%, guys. A 96% decline in price. That is a major move. Now, thankfully, this was actually in decent market conditions. So this sell-off only happened over a period of a few days and then bounced back immediately. Now, as we are still in very much uncertain waters across the entire market, we don't know whether a sell-off for Pulsex could last a few days, a few weeks, a few months, or maybe even a year or two. Who knows? But everybody is on the fence. Now, the first group of people I'm going to be speaking to are those of you who are, in Pulsex, you're not too sure about the project. In fact, you probably don't even care about the project or hex. You just saw an opportunity to sacrifice, get some tokens, and then obviously, I don't know, do what you hope for a 5x, 10x, or 20x. Who knows what you were looking for. Now, if you're on that side of the fence, then I would stick to my game plan. I would personally say, okay, once I see a 5, 10x, then I'm obviously going to dump all my coins because that was my initial plan. You've obviously done no research about the project. You don't know anything about Richard Heart. You don't know anything about hex. So therefore, you're not even going to have the patience to wait a week, maybe a week, but do you have the patience to wait a few months or a year? Probably not, and you will regret not sticking out your game plan, right? So that's number one. Now, number two, if I was someone that had a game plan from the start and said I plan to hold on to Pulsex for quite some time because obviously I was a part of the hex community, or maybe you miss the hex opportunity and now want to take advantage of this opportunity, then of course, even knowing that the project could sell off over 90% plus on launch, I would still hold things out, and then I would look for opportunities to dollar cost average and look for those perfect opportunities for entries to obviously accumulate on my tokens. So what are we learning from this video so far? There's not necessarily a right or wrong answer. It just depends on your game plan and strategy, and that's what it always boils down to. So for example, let's just say on the actual launch itself, if you waited 3 months and held, you would have made $1,000. But if you waited even longer, there you go, you would have made over 500,000% on this particular gem, right? So that's the difference in strategy. If you're planning to hold for the long term, then hold for the long term. If you're planning to hold for the midterm, hold for the midterm. If you're short term, then plan accordingly. That's the point in this video, guys. But to be clear, If you want to have a full game plan, a full strategy, you want to know what I'm doing, you want to know what my team's doing, then it would be a good time to join Crypto Crew Premium now. Link in my description. This is where we're going to get into our entries, our exits, and much, much more. And most importantly, guys, it's very important that all of you understand that this could potentially be one of the biggest opportunities of 2021. Now, I'm sorry, not 2021, of 2023. Now, I'm not saying we're going to achieve over 1,000,000% like Hex did in 2021. I'm not saying that's the case at all, but even if we hit a fraction of that, it makes sense to be prepared for this opportunity. And I look forward to this journey with all of you. But as mentioned, come up with your game plan, come up with your strategy, and play your cards accordingly. If you want an edge, then it's a good time to join Crypto Crew Premium. Link in my description. I'll see you all there. And don't forget, you don't only get access to my entries, exits on Pulsex and Pulsechain, but you also get access to our 100x gems, our 1000x AI tokens, and much, much more. Until next update, guys, seize the day.